Hey, what's up? What's up? Man, I just want to take my time with this one, you know? Yeah, I'm going to take my time. Greetings, you know. It's your boy Blane, aka Bravo Picasso, here on this lovely Saturday. The calm before Iceman. Yeah. Now, you know, for those that have been living under a rock, Rick Ross and French Montana had a versus recently. And you know, it was cool. It was cool. I think, in my opinion, you know, if we're talking competitive, Ross definitely, I felt like, exuded the energy of the night. But you know, as far as the friendship between them two, you know, that was a celebratory moment for hip hop, for them to link up and make that happen. I believe they dropped a song right after with a music video, and so it was definitely a strategic rollout for the both of them. You know, the Iceman project is on the way, man. May 15th is when it drops. May 15th, Iceman drops. You know, you got the whole world excited. They're anticipating the drop. Hip hop, you know, for quite some time now has been in a little stalemate with music that's sticking, or music that, you know, people even care to even listen to at this point. And so a lot of artists got to figure out how to pivot, you know, to stay relevant or current, or, you know, to just stay motivated to continue. Seeing a couple of people, you know, get really creative with the content when it comes to skits, or, you know, popping up on podcasts. I mean, it's interesting, man. We're also seeing a lot of backpedalers too. Like I said on Mega Man, you know, the backpedal boys caught the backhand, a bunch of wastemans dead and dry in the wasteland, the busted the spray can. Yeah, like the wasteland is the field right now. You know, it kind of just puts me ahead of the game. I'm not gonna lie, because we dropped Dear Butterfly back in 2024, December 2nd, right? Which was a Cyber Monday, by the way. Use that as like a cool field spell to get extra points on the marketing. And yeah, man, you know, we said a lot of things on that tape that kind of reflects where we are today and where we were back in 2025. You know, I got a lot of reaction videos from DJs, A&Rs, battle rappers, songwriters, you know, a lot of people that, you know, you might have known throughout the space or have seen me posted if you follow me. Salute to, you know, everybody that I've collaborated with and worked with to create these portals and pockets of moments that, you know, I'm able to have the sound travel through and connect to just a different audience, you know. And I feel like, you know, I've been hyper creative visually, you know, trying to, you know, build up momentum, you know, for just all the music that I have put out. You know what I'm saying? Man, if I had this type of drive back when I was putting out the full projects, it probably would hit different. But I think for me, where I've pivoted to is understanding, that you gotta adapt and have fun with the process. With editing and stuff like that, you got apps that'll do shit for you, but it's better when you learn what they're doing, so that way you can dictate or tell the app to be better at certain things if needed, or to just have the skill, you know what I'm saying, to really be hands-on with your craft, with your material. Just try shit out. That's really what I've been doing, and that's really what I'm trying to tell everybody working, is just constantly try shit out. Network with people, collaborate with people, whether it's song for song or a reaction for a reaction. Like, figure out clever ways to market your product, get in front of the people, and just have conversation about what's going on. And I feel like right now, and I might as well just say it in the video right now, it's like for Iceman, for Drake, this is his most heavily anticipated album. I love the rollout. I love what he was able to do with Toronto, with the ice blocks and hiding the release. We was actually out there. We created some content while we was out there. And I'm not sure if this is like the last album in his deal or anything like that, but it does feel like a grand finale, and it's just amazing to me how the people that kicked this guy's back in are now backpedaling, or they're trying to hit us with the the guys that are the Drake fans, we act like people can't change their minds. And you start to realize quickly, like, of course, when you let time pass, and that's the whole thing about being patient, you know what I'm saying, when you let time do its thing, let people move on naturally and gravitate to other things, or miss something that they were so spoiled getting every summer, every year, when you kind of ease up, fall back, get your mind right, your business right. I'm sure he had more time with his son. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything y'all probably criticized him for, he probably was already working on that. And not for nothing, he still gave y'all an album with Party Next Door with some sexy songs for you. It's not, that was last year, so it's not like we had a complete isolation from Drake for a solid 2 years ever since 2024. You know what I'm saying? To be honest, for someone that's tapped in like me, we kind of feel like he did more. I don't think he really fell back at all, but it feels like that when everybody else on the field isn't contributing, either enough or at that same clip, and not many can. And maybe it is true that we have more podcasters now than musicians, because people have found the lane of just talking and expressing themselves, on camera versus just on wax and putting that out. And it's a combination of both with me. I've done a lot of grinding my material, music and all of that, constantly in the booth, constantly, thinking of the next song, the next concept. And I'm still doing that now. But, I've added a new weapon in my arsenal, in my repertoire, right? which is being visual with you guys, talking to the fans, and just kind of get into a space where, um I'm comfortable enough to document what's going on in the game, what's going on probably in my life, what I'm thinking about creatively for music, and I'm still able to cook up fly artwork or thumbnails. I'm still able to maybe drop a beat or, create, whatever it is in the moment for you guys. And yeah, man, with this Iceman album, I know there's gonna be people already waiting to just shit on it. You know what I'm saying? Just for the sake of being a contrarian, but I'm happy for him. And I thought about it, like if I was ever to talk to Drake and Drake be like, like, damn, like, you talked a lot about how everybody switched sides, but like, not for nothing, you're claiming you took the Tupac ring. You're claiming, certain things in your records. You called me BBL Drizzy, and and for me, what I would say to that is, well, no one's above criticism, no one's above critique, and sure, it could have been an attention play, but I'm also someone that is an illustrator of the times. And so for the artwork, Paint the Sky in Blood, yeah, you got the big crow with the ring and the blood on the beak, and it kind of insinuates like, oh, like, it was a murder to get that ring. But what I illustrated was how the industry treated him for that ring, especially Kendrick, and on the song that a lot of people thought, the Heart Part 6 from him, thought that it wasn't good, or he was waving the white flag, or I think y'all don't really get that record. Like, y'all completely missed it. Like, he was down to keep going, but it's like where it was going, it was somewhere else, and at the same time too, the critique in that is, well, it probably wouldn't have went there if you didn't talk about someone's wife, kids. It could have just been about bars and other things, but the moment that was opened up, whether it was a light jab or a heavy one, you can't control how someone responds to you. You know what I'm saying? You can't, and that's why, there were levels of extreme levels of just, accusing, him of the PDF shit, and it was just like, all right, well, fuck it, let's do whatever. And it's like, it's crazy when someone's down to just do whatever. You know what I'm saying? It is crazy. And Drake, we know you could get there, but it's like you also got heavy business and brands, and it might impact you more to do something like that's outside of what you got going on versus someone like Kendrick. You know what I'm saying? But needless to say, in that battle, for me, hearing Drake, it just kind of felt like he was on the defense. He was on the offense with Ross and everybody. I slit your throat, to, do that one flight from Malaysia. Like, he was talking cash shit. He was talking cash shit. Ross was talking cash shit. So it's like, to even see him backpedal, he was on the whole PDF thing. For me, like, I hated that part about the battle. Hated that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because I know since school even, everybody would crack on you about your mama, or, talk about how you don't got no girls, or the girlfriend might be this, or, you know what I mean? Like, we're prone to hearing that type of talk. Doesn't make it right, but we're prone to hearing it. you don't just hear, yo, hey, yo, that man a P. You know what I'm saying? You just don't hear that. You just don't hear. You just don't hear that. You know what I'm saying? So when you hear that on a heavy tune that gets played at the Super Bowl, it's an extreme. And that was one of my favorite beats out of the exchange. And so, and then when I heard it, I had the energy to just, like, when I saw them clash in general, I had the energy. But then when I was hearing that beat, it was like, yeah, I was hearing Drake, but I was just entranced in the beat. And so that's when I was like, all right, like, I'm a work with this. And what's crazy is that, I don't know, for those that, you know, have been following me, if you caught the song that I dropped back in, I think maybe 2022 or 2023, it was called Golden Guns and Bartinis. Matter of fact, I'll just play it for y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'll just play it for y'all. Because I want to show you guys, like I already pieced up all of the signs, you know. I already knew it was gonna get to this point, you know, even from further than that, you know what I'm saying? But let me play what I'm talking about.
Hey, everybody can go when the golden gun strapped on me, I'm on fire, the new double O, rather die another day. Bobbing and weaving all of the jabs, taking chances from the Lord that was man-made from the lab. And I told you, keep your faith at all times. The gossip be your demise, golden I'd have been surprised, you know. Gotta watch your tone, ponded form. Yeah. Souls press clean, smell the James Bond cologne. As a nod to the deal, I feel like Corleone. They say money talks, they can't veto the song, word is born. Guns and Barsini, she love Picasso. Set the Barzini so high, the golden eye, my baby. One man with the force of an army.
If it's red dawn, paint the sky in blood.
Control the V from the telly.
Hey.
One tap of an app on the op and the AI petty. Don't cross me, you've been warned, beloved, the sky's the limit. Far from being timid, committed when my heart listen. I rhyme different for sure, don't tell me about yourself.
Right.
Album full of keys, equate the weight of a blue whale. The oceanic acrobatic scales, every sin, story fin. Trust I got bigger fish to pen. Sounds, gotta watch your tone, ponded form. Souls press clean, smell the James Bond cologne. There's a nod to the deal, I feel like Corleone. They say money talks, they can't veto the song, word is born. Rose and Barzini, she love Picasso. Set the Barzini so high, the golden eye, my baby. One man with the force of an army.
If it's red dawn, paint the sky in blood.
Nike dad cap on espionage missions. Codes to the nukes in my garage. I don't get it after this massage. I push a button, handle my business. The whole village looking like a mirage. After I'm finished, it's been ages since I wrote new pages in my catalog. Spin the block on bikes, play Nintendo with the dogs. As an adolescent, we was always agents under fire. The golden age, what an era.
Yeah, man. Golden Guns and Bartinis. So, hello, people. If it's red dawn, paint the sky in blood. It was a no-brainer. When I heard that beat, you know, I felt like it was like an Arabian, like, sample in the background. Like, it was just crazy, like, where my mind went on some, like, war zone shit. And it was like, you know, you know what I'm saying? What I wanted to do was use my technique where I could take an industry beat, which is basically just saying a big artist that, you know, made the song popular, and then it's a freestyle, you know, just take the beat, but make an actual song out of it. You know what I'm saying? Now, Paint the Sky in Blood, it It doesn't have a hook that comes back 2-3 times or anything like that. There are like melodic moments where we break and change flow, but um that was a flow state record from start to finish. And I wanted to showcase not only bars but storytelling, and not just the wits but the confidence to take the sound to a place where I felt like wasn't extremes, right? Like, I wanted to keep the integrity of a battle in it, the integrity of being honest with your bars while still making them land heavy without having to mention certain sensitive things. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I was right back then because I'm and it's not so much about tooting your own horn, man, like, but I was seasoned, and I was in total preparation for a moment like this to happen. And let me tell you, right? Because I made Golden Guns already, like I said, but it's like when I was saying things about Red Dawn, like, what did that look for me, right? And what's crazy is that the shit happened in LA. The Palisades fire. I'm maybe I'm misquoting it, but where the whole LA was just on fire at one point in time. You know what I'm saying? You know, so many pictures came out of the sky looking orangish red, and they did shit with the Godzilla coming through the fog and shit. Like, shit was just crazy. You know, we're in war currently. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like, you know, who's gonna have the guts to talk their cash level of shit amongst elite people? I called out a lot of people on that record, you know, and that's just the nature of hip hop. You know what I'm saying? I've been listening to Drake, you know, since Room for Improvement. You know, he's one of my favorites, you know, so there's no shame in me saying that. And I related to being jumped. You know, I related to that. I didn't like that. You know, Paint the Sky, even though I'm trying to remember what I said in the lines about, like, I could give a fuck about your Ghost Rider friends when the Phantom Swords clash. Liquid swords by the bench just in case for any MC. For any MC that wanna rain on my parade. Avada Kedavra, abracadabra, my grenade. The old immortal lover with heavy metals of honor trying to taper my paper. Just keep it to a friendly fade. Like, I was basically telling every MC in the world, or every commercial artist in the world, whether they had Ghost Riders, which is what the Phantom Swords line references, your phantom pen, your sword, right? It could be people that help you, that actually have reference tracks with you. I'm saying I don't care, because I appreciate good music. I'm saying you could bring those people in too. We could fade, we can go for the squabble up on that. Or if it's a MC where it's just you and I, like, whatever format, I'm just down to take it to a place where, as a man, I stand up for myself and let everybody know that there is no ho shit over here. I don't care how much I like you. I don't care how much I play your music, I rock with you. And, you know, that was the moment to show and prove that I got the skill set to take it anywhere around the globe with anybody at any time. And the only real difference is, you know, I could say it, maybe there's a couple, but, you know, for the key things that I think is a difference between me and someone that's at the stature that they are, I don't have a machine. I don't have a machine. I'm not in an insane amount of debt. You know what I'm saying? Like getting money to then fund my album, fund my rollout, get equipment. Like it's all my cash flow. It's all me being smart with the money, the credit cards, or you know what I mean, the odd jobs and putting bread to certain things, random things, in the moment things. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, $40 here, 25 here, 100 there, and it could be reaction videos. It could be whatever it is that I'm thinking in my mind, like, like that's different, that's cool. Like, what could I create out of that? What could I flip? I'm just looking at everything as a flip, you know, and I'm allowing that to be the breakthrough for my music, or the breakthrough, you know, for just me being who I am. If you want to follow me, you know, just because you rock with me, you want to talk, or you know, if you at work and you want something to listen to, and you know, I just happen to provide that type of vibe for you, then come on in. You know what I'm saying? Tune in, because that's where I'm realizing, like, oh, okay, like, you know, I really do got the potential and the personality to really, you know what I'm saying, just talk to the people. And I'm an artist first, you know, type shit. But even beyond that, like, I'm a human being. I'm a person. I'm a man. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, the way how like people show love to I Show Speed, Casanat, and all of these cats, where they didn't have to be something over the top. It was just regular guys, like, in their room recording, you know, fly moments, funny moments, you know, and it related to you guys, because you guys realized that, oh shit, like, they just like us. You know what I'm saying? It kind of, you know, that's the thing now too, is that with going live, streaming or whatever, everyone's the celebrity now. So it's like, it's not like back then where you know, we couldn't wait to see Michael Jackson and the Thriller movie or the video he dropped. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're not glued to the TV, we're glued to the phones, because the phone is the TV now. You know what I'm saying? So anybody that, you know what I mean, really know how to talk fly and really just set a vibe, set the tempo, you know, like, they're bound to get some traction for some people that, you know, relate and could identify, you know what I'm saying? And maybe that makes it easier for y'all to not download, but digest the music, because it's like, for just being only available in the music once it's put out, it's like the mystique of, like, oh my god, like, wow, it was such a dope song, wow, he sounds like he made it, or wow, like, I wonder where he's from, or like, wow, he's just, you know, it lets your mind wonder what I am, who I am, what I'm doing. You know, I'm this mythical, can't do wrong person because you heard a song from me that's so fly, and I get it, you know, that's cool. Respect. Ta-da. You know what I'm saying? If you're not impressed, walk away, because this is it. This is me. You know, I don't have a label, you know, or label funds, or a flock of people, or a whole team of people backing my decisions, my branding, my concepts. Sure, I have friends that I talk to, smoke with from time to time. We might drop a gem on each other, and we save the idea, and I might revisit it when I'm at the crib, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, of course, I have people that inspire me, that motivate me, but ultimately, it's up to me. It's up to me, my wallet, my time for it, my you know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta understand, like, 2024, the way how we ended that year with the album, and like, I think 2 to 3 songs before that point, and then we hopped into 2025, and you know what I'm saying, we hit the world with Falcon Punch on the Super Bowl, right when Kendrick was dropping. It was like, you know, and then he drops the GNX shit, you know, to follow up or whatever, and that becomes a run on its own. And so I'm just saying, or was that 2025 or was that the end of 2024? I can't remember, because Kendrick was dropping heavy too in 2024, but I think the album was 2025. And it's the GNX joint, and it's just like, or maybe I'm tripping, maybe it was 2024, because then I think it gets nominated for Grammys. I don't know, but either way, right? It's like when you're dropping around greats dropping, sure, the moment in the world is focused on them. It's like, oh, you just trying to fit in, or you just trying to, and it's like, what you guys don't realize is that, like, I'm riding the wave. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm really balancing the new era that's about to get ushered in, which is the combination of being online creatively as a visual, like, streamer, content creator slash, artist, like dropping music and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Like, all of those things, responding into beef, dropping your own variation of diss tracks. You know what I'm saying? Taking chances on the fact that people are not going to understand you. They're not going to understand your meticulous mind and ways of how you put things together, see it, hear it, and it's like to constantly bet on yourself no matter what. You know what I'm saying? I just hope it inspires the other person that can actually use that to really crack the game or crack the code for themselves, their life. If they give me props, that would be fly. But nobody owe you that shit. You know what I'm saying? That becomes more of like, if they got respect for you, then they'll, let you know. Probably even create with you. You know what I'm saying? But for me, the bars I had, it came off on some rap shit, not on some personal shit, cause I don't know those guys. Anybody I called out, I don't know you guys. Like, I'm name flipping and word playing, you know what I'm saying? Like, while documenting the times, and you know what I mean? Like, I can't tell you what that pressure would be like if the world is like, yo, like, Blane's in a battle with so-and-so, and then everyone's watching me and my moves and what I drop and what I said. Like, I didn't receive that pressure, right? So in knowing that, I had more time to strategize, plan out, be calm about it, not forced or pressured. No one told me to do what I did, and then when we drop Paint, Falcon, Why the Cage Bird Sings, and we went for the fourth one, which is Circadian Tuxedo, and that was 4 songs in one for 9 minutes. So to keep it a stack with everyone in the world, like, even in that song, that was my last effort of participating in a classic, legendary hip-hop moment that'll forever change the game moving forward in this era of technology, information, and music. And I'm proud of that. I've tagged Drake in a couple of things I've said. I've tagged academics on some things. I've tagged Joe Budden. Of course, I highly doubted they would have ever responded. I mean, that would have been fire, because I'm just looking at that as like a whole content creation play. No shame in my game about it. I got packaged material that adds to the ethos of the conversation. And so when you see me market certain songs to certain people, it's me planting seeds. You know what I'm saying? It's me planting seeds. I'm not looking at everything I drop as like, oh my God, this shit is gonna be viral, or oh my God, this shit didn't crack 100 views or 200 views. Like, I don't care. This is all a digital resume. Now, if something pops, of course I would be happy. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm working hard. But I'm also studying the algorithm. I'm learning how to edit. I'm using a different side of my creativity to generate and produce at a more rapid rate. And, you know, some of the holdups with music is that I might not have the money to buy a beat. I know leasing could be cheap, and sometimes I'll lease just to test out my ideas and then spin the block later if it's one of them ones for me. But you feel me, like talking to you guys about music, that's just as dope, because I know I could talk for hours effortlessly with no problem. Like, this is all I do. This is all I do. And I'm even at a point now, I gotta roll up. I'm even at a point now, right, where I'm engaging with other artists that I've never met before, but maybe like at an open mic night, I've heard some of their music, and I became a fan, and every now and then we just show that camaraderie when we're online, and the synergy is right, liking things, sharing things, and I take it to another level where I'm in my headquarters, the Heavy Metals of Honor headquarters, talking about anything I want to talk about, creating content about anything I want to create. It doesn't have to be limited to the confines of a song anymore. To be out there, to be active, to be representing, my brand and everything that I've been creating. So, and I'm just trying to work on that muscle, trying to flex that. Not on some like I'm flexing on you guys, like flex the muscles, like really get to a well-oiled place where it just flows. And to spin it back to the Iceman album, I'm excited because I know he had nothing but time to just be in a flow state, right? I'm sure he got mad records in the stash that if he wanted to just package this shit full of like, slaps from the past, we would never know. But I think even he knows that he would owe it to himself to, carve things in stone about how he feels, what's happened to him, what he was going through, where his mind was at. Like, we would love to hear those thoughts. Those thoughts are valuable thoughts to us. Clearly it has everybody anticipating what you're gonna say. Some people might feel like, oh shit, well, if he reheat shit up, everybody knows what to do now to just make content. Because don't get me wrong, a lot of people got fed, a lot of people ate in the first clash, right? 2024. Like, I had little things about my setup. It wasn't where it is today. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, but even in that moment when shit did pop off, like, I still could have turned on the phone and just talked to you guys, and at the same time I was in MC brain. I was in artist mode, trying to figure out, okay, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, how can I, really, really absorb this impact? And you know what I'm saying? Let it just charge me up in a way where I could take what I'm making to the next level. And so that's why it was never personal coming at Drake the way how I did. If I ever get the chance to speak to the man, that would be fire. You know what I'm saying? Cause I high key feel, not even low key. I high key feel like, um, when you listen to Circadian Tuxedo, and I'm saying like, yo, I freed the owl, cause I did. And Why the Cage Bird Sings, the owl that got locked up, I made the artwork freeing the owl. But in order to do that, you had to retrieve the Tupac ring, and in order to do that, you had to pull up in the Drake mansion. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why I started it from that point was because Kendrick had the bird's eye view vantage point of the mansion with the whole PDF stickers and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So it was like he was already viewing it from the artwork standpoint of character assassination. It almost looked like that cover art, it looked simple, but like, I want you to know something. Like, that was some military-esque shit. Imagine seeing your house, the overview of your house, your mailbox, driveway, you know what I mean? The shed in the back, the pool on the side. Like, imagine someone overview and scanned your crib and then, you know what I'm saying? Like, made it artwork to a song that goes #1 and hits the charts with your crib on display. Like, just really pay attention to that. That was crazy. That nigga doxed him so crazy. And it's not to say that the world didn't know where he, lived already. That's not the point. It's the fact that, like, you made everybody know for real, and you made people care. And I feel like people don't want to attribute it to this, but I feel like that charged up people in the world to actually shoot at the house around that time period. Now, it's not connected to Kendrick. It's not what I'm saying. I'm saying the energy in the atmosphere, right? The amount of people mentioning these guys' names and what's going on, like, that energy is a real thing. And that could motivate anybody or push somebody to do anything at any time for whatever reason. Doesn't have to be henchmen sent from some, you know what I'm saying? Like, it don't have to be like that. It's just the energy. So it's like, when I was at work, and I think I had caught the moment where the helicopter was flying around his house or his mansion, and he had his hands in his pocket, with the jacket on, just slow walking out there. In my mind, I was just thinking like, damn, like, that moment is crazy for Drake. I ain't even gonna hold you. That's a crazy, like what is going on? Everybody counting them out. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, it's just niggas hate to see a winner keep winning. That's really all it is. It's really all it is. Like, you could mix a little bit of racism here, because people hate the fact that he light skinned, so he's not all the way black, so they feel they could take his black card. Like, all this stupid shit just because you got somebody that's disciplined and focused on making music, not who's the best lyrically making music. No, making music. It's like, you niggas missed the plot. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this nigga has been in mad arenas just making different music, trying out different shit, and just putting up the stats, like check the scoreboard type shit. You know what I'm saying? And to see everybody kind of just, you know what I mean, kind of walk shit back, like they ain't say hurtful things when he was going through that shit. Like, in that moment, he needed a guy like me. You know what I'm saying? He needed a guy like me, not a nigga that, is a vibe rapper or a vibe singer. Those are beautiful to have in the tuck, in the arsenal. Like, those are gonna make some crazy records. But you need to have some soldiers too, not street soldiers where ski mask and wet somebody up and throw bread on someone's head and do not that. Like, with music too, but that's the other part of the ego where, if niggas want to feel like the only one, then they'll just hire the people that don't compete with what they do already. You know what I'm saying? You would think that you would hire someone that you could train to at least get to that level one day, or meet someone that's there and you can still level up, because at that point, if me and him was making records, like the training would be just so crazy. You know what I mean? For me, I'm not sure really too much for him. You know, I mean, I go different places that I could show him how to market him differently. He could probably view that valuable, but he's already at a point in life where, you know, shit's already working for him. So I think for me, I would definitely gain a lot by being around big level business and also just studying record creation, right? But you need that, because, you know, I volunteered to do what I did in the heat of all of that, because I just didn't like how the world was coming at you. Just straight up. I threw my little funny jabs, you know, that was, like I said, lyrically inclined, and, you know, but I didn't take it to a space where it was like, you know what I mean? Like, I couldn't. You know, I took that to other rappers that I still listen to and rock with, but I felt like I was mad at them not even stepping in just to create what they could create out of it. You know, whether it's to back you up or to just, you know, somehow insert themselves in a ring. I don't know. I just felt like it was a moment where if there was more cats that thought like me and I was in their position, we would have made it interesting for the whole world. And that's part of the reason why I'm kind of mad at Cole. Not even kind of, like, I mean, I'm over it now. Don't get me wrong. Like, it's a project that just dropped not too long ago, you know, The Fall Off. Salute to that. I felt like the pod interviews that he had after the album, it was just like, it confirmed some things for a lot of people based off just his own mental process on how he sees things. And he's still elite though, so, you know, let's never get that twisted. Like, he's still elite, but people do want that sense of confidence in themselves, you know. And I just think that's what it is too, is like, who really has the confidence to, you know, shake things up around here and paint things in a different perspective. You know, I don't care what y'all think. That's why I did what I did. That's why I said what I said. You know what I'm saying? Like, that goes for the world. That statement is for the world. Like, I stand on my sword, my pen. You feel me? You know, and it's all coming from a respectful place. It's how I want to be treated. If, you know, an MC came at me, you know, they gotta come correct. They have to, for me to even acknowledge it. And it don't mean you gotta have a machine behind you for me to acknowledge it either. Like, but again, I can't place my criteria on other people, because, you know, at the end of the day, it's all a risk. You know, people just have to calculate the risk, figure out if it's worth to invest in, shit like that. I think it shows my character to say that, you know, despite what I may have said, the fact that I put my name in the ring when nobody knows, you know, nobody cares, you know, for the day that people decide to care, this video is gonna be right here for you to press play and enjoy and see where I'm coming from. You feel me? So I can't wait for the Iceman album. Freeze the world. You feel me? Yeah, freeze the world. You know what I'm saying? Like, freeze the moment in time. It's gonna be crazy. If, you know, people start coming out the cut, dropping more tracks, because now it's crazy. I mean, the cheapest thing to do is just talk, right? So even if they like it, they don't want to admit it. It might be more popular to hate you so they can boost their numbers up. It is what it is. It is what it is. You know, I'm just learning at this point to just have fun with what I'm doing, create, see where that lands me. You feel me? And you know, shit. Might get into other things and just park music for a while. You know what I'm saying? Cause even on my end, it's like, you know, I can keep going and shit, but you know, I got other shit to do in life. You know what I'm saying? I got other things to do in life. Like, you know what I mean? Like this, I feel like, you know, when I did everything I did, even with Circadian Tuxedo, it was like I beat the game. I don't know if y'all know what I mean by that. It's just like I beat the game. Like, save file. My life right now, overall, is the new game plus. So if you've been seeing me drop crazy, we're in the new game plus. You know, like this is like, yo, like I could replay the same story mode, you know, on an expert level or veteran level. I mean, we were already on that, so it's like once you beat it already on that, it's like where the fuck to go? Sometimes it's just play a whole new game or turn the system off, okay, freeze the system, freeze the world, okay, and go on another app and watch movies and shit, you know what I'm saying? Or just chill, or go outside, or you know, like that's where I'm at in life, chat. Like I'm on some real world shit. Like in music, it was so crazy. It was like the battle created the atmosphere, and I found a way of how to create with that atmosphere, survive within the atmosphere, shift the atmosphere, and you know, now I got the whole sphere in the palm of my hands. You know what I'm saying? So now it's just like, you know, I could just market the songs that I already put out, have fun with that, meet people, move around. You know what I mean? We went to Toronto, like I said, not too long ago. That was a mini vacation. Might do more vacations. Of course, I'm capturing content, but it's like, yeah, life is on some free roam shit. You know, at this point, I gotta create missions to follow up on, and you know, and you know, I'm not gonna lie, like a lot of relationships has changed for me over the years. You know, some things aren't the same anymore. You know, more details would be or will be revealed on that. Maybe not. You never know. But you know, things aren't the same anymore. So it's time to just find new ways, new avenues of just being a better me to the world. You know what I'm saying? Get a better job. You know, I mean, I'm always creating, I'm always having ideas, but I think what I'm gonna do is stash more records. You know what I'm saying? And just kind of, you know, I have the itch right now to drop concepts that I wanted to get off, right? But maybe I should, you know, be on the stockpile mode now and just reserve shit and just focus on visuals of what's already out there for you guys. You know what I mean? Create that world, the visual world. I gave y'all the song, the soundtrack to the life. I gave y'all the picture, the, you know, the artwork. Now I gotta expound on that. I gotta expand on that. You know what I'm saying? So maybe that's just where I'm at right now. But either way, man, Iceman, we waiting on you. You feel me?
Bravo Bagazo.
We waiting on you, big dog. You know what I'm saying? Might even try to catch one of your shows. I never been to like a concert, like, you know, that I decided to pay money for and really, you know what I mean, like be there. I might even do some shit like that this year, man. Feel like just opening up my freedom palette. You know what I'm saying? Like step outside more, do other activities, and you know what I mean. Just live a little, man. I'm at that point where I'm just trying to live more, man. So that's the vid for today. It's Sunday now. I'm gonna roll up. If I see another topic to talk about, because I know I was kind of in this video trying to tie everything together, but I'm up, so you feel me? If anything, I might just holler at you guys probably like Sunday afternoon. But till next time, man, it's your boy Blane Bent. Peace, love, and happiness. Deuces.